Hello and welcome to another Dark Souls tutorial run video. In this episode we will be going through none other than the Catacombs. And now there's a few reasons why I wanted to do it. For me it's getting the Gravelord sword, which I know the scaling isn't great, but fully upgraded the damage output is pretty good, and it also does poison damage, which is kind of cool. And because seeing how I'm going through Sen's Fortress, I thought, oh, and also I'm going to be heading to a tougher area after that. I thought now might be a good time to go and get the Rite of Kindling. So this is Frampt. He is a useful NPC in the game. Not so useful right now, just for the fact that he can't take us to the area that we want to go, or we'll have to go later on in the game. But he he's basically like the person we'd sell stuff to, pretty much. If there's certain items that you don't want, you can come to him and just get a few souls from him. Now, a lot of items probably aren't going to get you that many souls, seeing as a lot of the items will only go for like a couple hundred or like 50, like as you can see here. There are some good ones. Like the green, well, not the green type, but like some of the bits are going for like 100, 200, I think. But the weapons, like the dragon weapons, as you can see, the Dragon King Great Axe and the Dragon Sword, both go for 5,000 souls each. So if that's something that you're never planning on using, or you just don't have a use for anymore, you can get a few extra souls out of that. So you can put that towards like upgrading or leveling or whatever you want. But now you want to come down here, you're going to come across this graveyard, and there's going to be a few skeletons dotted about, which only really become active when you get close to them. At this point in the game, they're not really that hard to deal with, but you can come here much earlier on, though you're probably not going to have that good of a time fighting through them, but you can always just go on a mad dash, try run around and grab as many items as you can, and then that way if you do die from one of them, it's not going to be that much of a problem because you've already come and got all the items that you want anyway. But yeah, if you've got a shield, that's going to help out a lot. It's going to greatly reduce the chances of you getting taking any bleed damage. And as you can see, you get another shield here, but more skeletons spawn once I pick it up. But again, they're quite easy to deal with at this point. And we'll basically be doing this a few times. There's a few different sections that have got skeletons in, but they're all quite easy to deal with. Got another item over here, which is just a basic soul. I don't know how much that one will get you. I wasn't really paying attention to what soul it was, to be fair, but I think it was just like one of the nameless soldier ones, so probably not going to get too much. Also, you've got to be careful with the skeletons, because I think some of them can actually parry you and get a riposte off, which will do a bit of damage. And also you can see I've got the combustion thing equipped with my pyromancy flame, which surprisingly doesn't do too bad against them, because with the smaller or the regular size skeletons, it'll actually knock them down for a second. Which I kind of just took a gamble on now, because I was like, oh, I wanted to see how well it would do, and it was, yeah, a lot better than I thought it would be, to be fair. But here you're going to run into like a fairly big group of them, like at least like maybe like 3 or 4 of them, I believe it was. This big one, yeah, can do a bit of damage, but he's quite easy to deal with. Still going to do a good bit of damage, and he's fairly easy to avoid. Again, if you're not confident with avoiding, then use your shield to block some of the damage. And here we'll find the Zweihander. Now the good thing about this, if you've been following along with this video and you don't, or these videos, and you don't want to go with the Gravelord sword, this is a great alternative. It's a very big sword, so it's going to be like slow swing speeds and stuff like that, so attack speeds. But the damage output is going to be good. You can upgrade it with regular Titanite or some of the other Titanite, depending on what effects you end up putting on the weapon, if you do decide to put any on there. And it's pretty much the same levels as the Gravelord sword. You still need 24 strength to use it, but you only need 10 dex, and the scaling is much better than the Gravelord sword. It's also, if you're doing the Giant Dad build, it's a weapon that you're going to want for that. I've actually played through Dark Souls before doing the Giant Dad build, and it is quite a fun one, so if you're, wanting to ever try that out, I do recommend it. It is kind of a fun one. Except for doing the, one of the bosses, I can't, like a centipede demon, I think it is. I remember doing that, and because I'd already upgraded it to like a fire sword or whatever the one after the fire one is, I wasn't doing much damage to it, but I got quite lucky and it ended up jumping out the map, so I was, yeah, lucky me. But anyway, yeah, following this path, you'll come to the Catacombs. You're going to have a skeleton waiting for you. You've got to be careful, though, as you're going to have these, like, floating skull head things that will explode. So, yeah, make sure you don't get hit by them. And another problem is, now we're getting to the, I don't know what the name of the enemies are. So I don't know if they're, like, the grave wardens or keepers or whatever. Or if they're just, like, called the necromancers. But basically, they'll make it so you can't kill the skeletons unless you either have a blessed weapon, I think it is. It's either blessed or sacred weapon. I can't remember what the weapon buff's called, or weapon effect thingy. Or you've got to come and actually kill the little necromancer guys yourself, and then after that, they won't respawn, and the skeletons will actually die when you kill them now. So, as you'll see in a second, I actually start getting souls from them. And there's a few of these dotted around the map, and they are kind of important, because later on in this area, or past this section, once you get past the Catacombs, you will need a source of light to be able to see where you're going. And there's only 2 options, as far as I believe, unless there's a spell that lets you cast, like one of the cast light spells, but I don't know if that existed in Dark Souls. But you'll either need the lantern that you get from one of those enemies, the necromancers. There's a helmet you can get, which gives off light when you wear it. And yeah, so they're, as far as I'm aware, they're like the only 2 options. But if I find out that there is a spell for like casting a light or whatever, then I guess I'll be free, but I'm not actually sure on that one. But now you're going to come out into this bit here. Now, this area, I feel it can be a little tricky to get through. Not so much for the skeletons, it's just for the fact that because of the necromancers, they'll keep respawning. So it becomes a pain in the ass fighting these guys until you've dealt with a necromancer, because you'll take them down for a few seconds, they'll just get back up, and there's quite a few skeletons to get through. So again, if you haven't got anything that'll permanently take them down before dealing with a necromancer, then you've got to just go in there and mess up the area. I got quite lucky because they started making a break for it, and I was like, I'm not having none of this, mate. Backstab them, wait for them to get back up, start swinging on them again. And then luckily, I think most of the enemies in this area now I'm able to take down, but I do get taken down here, I believe. I tried to make a break for it to heal and just get done dirty. So here we are, back in this section of the Catacombs. Now I should be having a much easier time now that I'm not having to worry about being swarmed by skeletons and they're not going to respawn. So I can take them down, go get my souls back, and just make my way through this area. I probably should be using my shield a bit here as well, because they keep rolling into me and doing a little bit of damage, so... But I'm not too worried, I've got a good few heals, and I know where the next bonfire in this area is. Which I think I actually mess up at one point in this video trying to get to it. I think I'm a little bit too eager, or just rush into it a bit too much, and don't stick the landing. But yeah, now I'm just taking my time to look around, see if there's any like items I can get. Also, you know, clearing out any skeletons that might end up trying to sneak up on me. Get another weapon there. I don't think I actually checked the stats for it in this video, so I don't know how good of a weapon that is. But I guess I'll find out soon enough if I do end up doing that or not. So yeah, at the moment it's a lot of slapping skeletons. I think at a certain point up here they do start respawning again. A good way to tell if they are going to respawn is if before you kill them you can see that they'll have like glowing eyes. I think this one might have them, so I'll take it. Oh wait, no, he's fine. Not that one then. But I think a bit further ahead, possibly, some of the ones on here. So I'm just like looking around, seeing that the bridges have all been like flipped over. I think I was trying to use my shield there, but I had the wrong thing out. Yeah, see this guy get up. He gets yeeted off the edge, so luckily I ain't got to worry about him. I was trying to do the same with this one, but unfortunately they weren't close enough to the edge. But it did give me a good enough opening to run over here and try and get this bit, or I say try, get this bit over here, flip round so I can actually go across that part of the bridge. But yeah, as you can see with that one, as I downed it, you can see that it had like a white glow in its eyes. And that's a good way to tell that they're going to get back up. So yeah, just deal with that one. Once again, you can see the white glow. And I think this is the part where I get a little too eager. I see that I've got all those chasing me. Oh, I think originally, no. First, I'm like, I try to think, oh, well, surely if I get them far enough away from the necromancer, like the effect should wear off with them being out of their range. But I try that, I finish them off, but they still keep getting back up. So I was like, nah, I'm just gonna have to try and figure out where the next ones are. Yeah, after the third one, I kind of clicked on. I was like, yeah, no, okay, they've got back up, but it's not working. So yeah, trying to lure them away from the necromancer doesn't seem to work. At least in this situation. And I got quite lucky again because they, for whatever reason, decided to come out here. So I was like, I don't care if I die. As long as I can get rid of them, I can now, you know, take the time to deal with the rest of them. And I think I actually do pick the rest of them off here. I kick him off the edge, slap him about, another one comes. I was a little bit worried there because like, I've just used up all my stamina, so it's not looking good. I'm not sure of any more. Yeah, so at this point, I'm like, right, yeah, I can see that I've got to drop down there. I had to jump down onto the bridge. I'm like, I've got this. And, yeah. So I landed. I just landed on the one part where I just slipped off of it. So, yeah, it didn't go too well. So there we are, back at this point. This time, now that the... I don't know why this bridge has flipped over, because I don't think it was originally. Or maybe it was. I wasn't paying too much attention, but yeah. Anyway, I'm able to get down here now. You can take this little shortcut, and just up ahead, there's actually a little hidden wall. You smack that, go around this little pathway here, up the stairs, and you're going to find yourself a bonfire, which is quite handy. Also, I think you're able to fast travel to this one a bit later on when you've got the right item for it. So that is pretty handy. And coming out here, you're always going to end up getting stabbed by this thing. It's a bit annoying, but it doesn't do too much damage, so it's not so bad, I guess. But here you'll find good old Patches. He's a massive prick, honestly. Keeps trying to fuck you over. He's like, oh yeah, well, I didn't do anything with this lever, me. So he's talked mad shit. Then you're going to find him later on, and he'll talk more mad shit. He's just, yeah, a bit of a pain in the ass, in all honesty. But at the end, he doesn't go out his way to like directly attack you like in a PvP fight. He's always trying to hit you with like dirty tactics. So you want to watch out for him. But yeah, now that we've talked to him, I don't know why I'm still talking. I think I was just trying to see if he had anything to offer me, but he doesn't. So now come back, flip the bridge over, So I think in the time where I dropped down below to go across this bridge, and when I got off that bridge and onto this platform here, that's when he flipped it over, because he's like, oh, I'm going to try do you dirty, mate. But it doesn't work. I'm just taking my time to look about. Now, I probably should have done this, well, I would have done the smart thing and taken the shortcut down to get to the bottom to get the Rite of Kindling a lot sooner, and also get myself another bonfire. But that wasn't really the thing that was on my mind at this moment in time. So I'm just going across the way that I'd expect anyone else to, if they didn't know the area too well. So they're just, yeah, going through it normally. We've got more skeletons to fight through, and I think these ones do go down. I'll find out. Oh, never mind, no they don't. These ones are getting back up again, so... I think at this point, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going. I get to this point, and I already know, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to fight these guys, because the second I do, they're just going to get up again. And there's also the exploding skulls over there, so I don't want to risk, like, triggering one of them and getting myself killed with it. So I've come into here, and this is, I believe, the area that I was looking for. So I've come in here, and I do mess up a little bit here. Nothing that gets me, like, killed, so I've got to make the run back, but I was like, this is the area that I'm looking for the specific thing that I need. So I'm here, I'm searching all the little graves or coffins or whatever. I'm looking in here, I'm like, oh, what if it's down here? But it's not. I've still got all these skeletons on me. Trying to pick them off, just at the very least, to give myself a bit of breathing room. But take him down, and yep, they're still in here. They're still wanting a scrap. They're not dying because of the bloody necromancer, so... spend this time doing more looking about, and then up ahead, just here in this like wide open coffin, I end up getting in it, which is good because at least I think it takes a while, but it gets the aggro off me. However, I did mess up with one of the steps. So yeah, as you can see, I do mess it up, and I had to Google this because I wasn't sure why it wasn't working. But then once I found out, I was like, oh, you just need an Eye of Death. And it just so happens to be 3 of them right behind this Titanite demon. So all you've got to do is make your way past the demon, fight it if you want, or just do what I do, run past it, go straight back in the coffin, and then you're just going to wait a little bit until the cutscene plays. So I've cut it a little bit just to, you know, stop you from having to sit there and watch me wait to get the cutscene. But I want to know why, like, they think it's a good idea. They just see this, like, big open coffin, and they're like, ah, you know what, mate, this looks like an absolute banging spot to go for a bit of a kip. But you get in there, you get the bloody coffin shut on you, and you're wondering if you're going to see your loved ones again. You're wondering if you're going to bloody get to go to your favourite chippy one last time. You're absolutely shitting it. But then, before you know it, coffin opens back up, and you're, oh, okay, maybe this ain't so bad. You hop out, you're inside of a cave. What the fuck? But it's a good thing, don't you worry. So you come out in the Tomb of Giants, or at least a part of the Tomb of Giants, and just going around this way, you'll end up running into none other than the Grave Lord Nito, which is actually someone we're going to be fighting further on in the game, as it's actually a required boss. But oh, excuse me. All you're going to want to do is go over to him and join the Covenant, and that's all you got to do. You do that, and that's how you get the Gravelord Sword, as well as a miracle that goes along with it, which I didn't know because I didn't think of checking. I think I did check, but I didn't really pay much attention. But it turns out you don't actually need any faith to be able to use the miracle that's given to you. But I don't know if it's one of them things where you have to have the sword equipped to use it, or if you just need, like, a weapon that lets you cast miracles. I'm not entirely sure on that part. But for the fact that all you've got to do is join a covenant to get a sword that starts off with, like, a base of, like, 200 and something damage, I believe it is. It's pretty good, and it also does poison damage. Yeah, the scaling's bad, but for the fact that I would have thought, like, with it being quite a powerful weapon, you don't have to do any Covenant stuff other than just joining the Covenant to get it. Like, it's not like a rank thing or anything. Which does really surprise me, but I'm not going to complain here if it's going to get me a powerful sword for, like, little to no effort. And sign me up, lads. But yeah, now we're hopping back in the coffin, or we've hopped back in the coffin, and we've ended up back where we started. Except, there's a little bit of a downside. If you didn't fight the Titanite demon, well, yeah, he's going to be waiting for you. So just, yeah, if you're going to do that, let's just hope you haven't got low health when you come out of that coffin, otherwise you're probably not going to have a good time. And then, coming through here, I'm like, right, I'm going to go down and have a look around the rest of the area now, because I think what I had in mind was, I'm going to try find the Lass, or the Necromancer, to try get one of these Skull Lanterns. But I didn't quite go to plan, and I end up just doing other stuff whilst I'm down here. But yeah, I end up getting smacked about these skeletons, which ain't too bad because it's not a big drop. I don't have to worry about full damage. But I do drop right in front of this Black Knight, and he nearly destroys me. I'm just lucky that he ended up swinging the wrong way there. So at this point, I'm able to get my shield off, get a cheeky parry off, which I do have to two-hand this sword currently, with the fact that I don't have the all of the required stats for using it. But once I've got that parry off, the rest of it's easy work, and I get myself a white Titanite chunk, so pretty good. And then from here, you're going to run into these really annoying enemies, the pinwheel skeletons, I think they're called, and these guys will just constantly roll into you, which they're not too bad in terms of avoiding them. You just don't want to run in a straight line, as if you get caught by one of these, they just won't stop rolling until you're dead. Or if they miss you like this. But yeah, they just absolutely destroy your health if you get caught by them. So you just, yeah, take them out as quick as you can, or just do your best to avoid them. As you can see, even if you're not in front of them, as long as they're like touching you while spinning, they're going to do damage, and it's not a fun time. But I'm going to shut up now, as I'm going to let you watch the next cutscene. Okay, so here we are in the pinwheel boss fight. And honestly, I don't even know why they bother giving this boss a cutscene. It's a massive joke. Like, I'm only like 5 seconds into the boss fight, and I've pretty much killed him already. There we go, look. Takes you about 10 seconds or so. And that's it, we've got the Rite of Kindling. Now, what the Rite of Kindling does is makes it so you can kindle a bonfire multiple times, I believe. And also, I get the Mask of the Father, which is quite good, as this mask will give you extra carry weight, or extra carry capacity, whatever it's called. Oh yeah, there you go. It raises equipment load, so also this is the mask that you would use if you were doing the Giant Dad build, so I'm not going to be doing that. I could if I want to, but yeah, it's quite helpful if you're going to be using heavier armors or heavier weapons, just so it's not over encumbering you quite as much. But yeah, after that you just want to take these ladders up, and this is where you would go after going through Anor Londo and beating the bosses there, to go to one of the next areas, but we can't do that right now as we haven't done that. And on top of that, we don't have anything to actually be able to see where we're going down there right now. You come over here, you get yourself a nice little Soul of a Proud Knight. And this is where I just get absolutely destroyed. As you can see, that's how problematic they can be. They may not do a lot of damage on the one hit, but when you get trapped like that and it's just continuous damage, you don't really stand a chance. I do take this time because instead of going straight for my souls, I was like, you know what? Now might be a good time to just look around and see what other bits I can find whilst I'm here. As well as that, I decided to pop Twin Humanity, just so I'm able to kindle at this bonfire and get a little bit more healing, just for the fact that seeing I'm going to have to be dealing with those pinwheels again, I don't want to risk losing out on the souls that I just got from beating Pinwheel. Are they called pinwheels? I always call the skeletons pinwheels. Is that what they're actually called? Like, I don't know, because the boss is also called Pinwheel, so I don't know if that's going to, like, throw people off or not. I've always been a bit uncertain with the skeleton wheel creatures' names. Yeah, I just started looking around a bit. This guy, for whatever reason, thinks he can have me out. So deal with him, come up this way, and then I remember, oh yeah, dead end, so I can't go that way. Start looking around there. To decide, I'm going to go take the ledge. That skeleton also tried following me for whatever reason. I've got a great scythe. I've never actually used scythes in this game, so I don't know if they're any good. You know, if there's people watching this that have played through Dark Souls before, like, let me know. Would you recommend using a scythe in this game, or are they, like, better to be avoided? So from here, I'm just taking my time, taking out some of the skeletons, just, you know, exploring. Though I didn't realise at the time coming up here, it just leads me back to an area that I've already been to pretty much. I think there's like the odd few bits that I haven't got from here. Like there might be like the odd item or two. Also, whatever's in there. I don't actually know if I ever went in there to check what was in there. Now that I think about it. But yeah, come up here. There's just a few skeletons. Deal with them, and then realise, oh, I'm just back up to the bridge. So I 180, go down this way, and grab whatever's in here. I believe. And I think there's more skeletons in here. Or is it just the... oh, wait, no, I can see, like, another one or two down there, yep. Oh, wait, is it 2 or 3? Oh, just 2, okay. So, yeah, deal with them, and they get stabbed here. Get a Soul of a Proud Knight. I am not going to turn that down, though I still haven't used it, which... I don't know if that's, like, a good thing for me or not, like, because I always seem to hoard souls and use them when I feel I need them, instead of just popping them, like, right away, which is probably the smarter thing to do, because I have a less chance of losing them. Now, at that point there, like, what I've just done, you don't want to, like, sprint jump, or you don't want to roll. You just want to sprint off that ledge, and then from there you can go drop down a bit more until you get to this point, right here.
Gone with you. You'll spoil my focus.
So right here is quite good, as not only have you just found yourself a new blacksmith buddy, you've also found yourself a bonfire, and arguably this one is more important or more useful than the other one that we've got and have been using, just for the fact that, well, not only are you right near a blacksmith, so if you've got anything that you need to be, like, repaired, or you want to upgrade any bits, then you've got access to that. And I think he also sells, like, an unlimited amount of homeward bones, so that's pretty cool. But You've also, you're also a lot closer to the boss fight, so you're not having to run through as much just to get to the actual boss itself, and you're not risking as much as you're not having to run past as many enemies. So admittedly, I probably should have got this one a lot sooner, but at the end of the day, I'm still showing you where bits are. I'm still doing this as intended to an extent. I did get a little bit risky with the boss fight because I noticed I didn't have that much health left, or flasks. Flask uses. That's what I should be saying. But yeah, now at this point, I've come back out and I'm like, right, this is better for me, as I'm able to take my time, fight through these pinwheel skeletons, and I've got a lot more healing, so I haven't got to worry as much about getting eliminated or wiped out by them. So I can just take my time, try separate as many as I can, and then just pick them off one at a time. And it does work out quite well. I think I get a bit more attention than I wanted, as I think some of the ones from near the boss entrance as well, the boss fight entrance, also noticed me. I think I even get the attention of a skeleton at some point, like one of the non-pinwheel ones. But yeah, there's a lot more than I've remembered. I was going to say I thought that was the last one, but no. So yeah, there are quite a few down here. Or quite a few. I'm trying to think if they show up in any other areas. I don't feel like they do. I think this is like the only area where you're really going to encounter them, luckily. So yeah, it's not. I don't think they're going to be like a reoccurring problem. But I'm just going to skip this part here because all it is now is me running back and getting my souls that I lost. So something else you might notice here as well is that there's an item on top of that ledge. You can get to that. I think you have to drop down from a certain point to be able to get that item. And if you are also in your human form, I believe there's also a summon sign up there that can help you with doing this boss fight. Which I suppose is kind of good because you could just let him deal with a lot of the pinwheels. But with the actual boss himself, like, I don't really think you need a summon for that. Also, as you can see, this is the path that you'll want to take to get back up through the catacombs, and I even run into one of the necromancers there, which is good, because once I've taken her out, or him, whatever it is, yeah, I don't have to worry about them spawning again, and it means that dealing with these skeletons, if I ever decide to come back through this way in the future, isn't going to be a problem because they're actually going to stay dead this time. And then coming out here, this is where I realised that I wasn't too far from where I was originally. This is where I dropped down to fight that Black Knight. So, yeah, I was actually quite close to where I wanted to be. But because I've killed that necromancer as well, and I didn't get what I wanted, I'm going to spend a bit more time down here, as well as showing you the way out. I also want to show you the locations of another one of the necromancers, just so you're aware of where you can get one of the skull lanterns. Now, I don't know how the skull lantern thing works. I don't know if it's you've just got to be lucky enough that one of them will drop them, because I think it's it might be a guaranteed drop, but I don't know if it's like random on which one it'll be, or if it's a thing where it's like, oh, you'll only get it, but only from the very last one that you kill. Like, I'm not really sure how it works, or if it's set to like a specific necromancer or whatever. So yeah, coming back through here, I think I've dealt with pretty much all of them at this point except one. So I think I'm taking my time to... So yeah, you come back up here. Oh yeah, I remember now. I come back up here to get the bonfire so I don't have to make that run all the way back, which... Admittedly, if I did have to make that run, it's not that much of a problem as I got up here pretty quickly. But it just saves me having to do it again. So, yeah, you come back up here, back to the bonfire, and I also put the last 2 levels that I need into strength, so I'm able to one-hand this sword now and use my shield at the same time, which is pretty good. So, yeah, we're going to head back down here now, before looking for the exit to this place, which, to be fair, we know where the exit is at this point. It's just continuing upwards, though. I think you do have to drop down onto that bit below that we was at before when we was heading towards the blacksmith bonfire. We have to take those like little stair spirally bit, but this time going up instead of down. That guy just loves that bloody it's like, you know, the Dream On meme with Kratos. I can just like picture that music playing as he throws himself off the bridge. But anyway, you come down this hole here. I do take a bit of time to look around, as I was trying to find if there was another, what's the word, necromancer. I do get a ring down here, and I think that ring actually gives you an additional attunement slot, so I guess that's kind of cool. And yeah, I get picked off here, so didn't quite make the great escape that I wanted to. So I've come back over the bridge, just head down the stairs again now with these 2 skeletons, throw myself back through the hole. This time though, I don't spend any time with sticking around, I just go straight for the ladder. I thought maybe they're going to be on top of this ledge or whatever. I might be able to find them up there. But however, yeah, come up here and it just loops back round so I can get back through the hole that I came through. And luckily, coming back out, for whatever reason, so was the necromancer, so I'm able to just jump back through here, and they drop the skull lantern, which, like I said earlier, this is one of the items you'll need to be able to produce light, for the fact that for whatever reason this game never had like the option to have a torch as a weapon or just something you can light like in Dark Souls 2. So you've got to look for very specific things in order to be able to actually light up an area. So now that I've got that, I'm just going straight back up here and following this around, picking off any skeletons, and just making my way back towards Firelink Shrine at this point. So you just want to do as I do. You don't have to run all. Luckily, you know, you can just drop down here at this point, so you haven't got to run all the way back round. You cut out a bit of time. Be careful coming out of there, because if you're not paying attention, you are just going to run off the ledge, and you're going to have to make that whole run back. I think I even take the time to swing round to this other bonfire that we got earlier, just so, again, if we die, I'm not having to make that entire run back, and it's only a few skeletons that I'm going to have to make my way past, instead of dealing with a whole bunch of them. And because we've dealt with the necromancer that's down here as well, we don't have to worry about them constantly coming back to life, so at the moment, I'm just making the effort to get through this as quick as I can. But I do soon come to the realization that even if I do run past them, I'm still going to have to put up with this guy up here, blocking my path, so I'll deal with them, get my shield up as I realise, oh, hang on a minute, yep, got the skulls here that's going to try to do me in. And there we go, just up this stairway here, and we'll be back out into the open air. Look at that. So yeah, now we're back at Firelink Shrine pretty much. We've just got to run back through the graveyard. And again, you can just run past these skeletons at this point. You don't have to stop to fight them. I do something really stupid here as well. So don't take the route I take. You want to go for the lower down path. For whatever reason, I take this bit up and I nearly throw myself down that hole. I'm really lucky that I didn't go over the other side. And then from this point, yeah, you just keep running, and you're back to the bonfire. So I hope this video has helped. If you have enjoyed this video or found it helpful at all, do feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also, leave any comments if there's any bits you agree with, disagree with, any bits that I missed, anything like that. And I hope to see you in the next video.